Hi again, it's Jason from Fraser Valley Rose Farm, and today I want to tell you the somewhat sad but ultimately funny and cute story as well of this little black duck that's hanging out at my feet right now. I'll get you some footage of her so you can see what she looks like, and we have to find her a new home. The reason for that is kind of the sad part of the story. We raised these 3 ducks by hand here on the farm here because we like to have them around, and they eat the slugs, and the kids like to feed them and interact with them. Unfortunately, we do live in a wild area here, and coyotes got 2 of the ducks. So this duck is the only one left standing. Somehow she escaped them. Just a bit of background on that, we live in an area where the coyotes don't normally get this close to this farm. We have surrounding farms with livestock, and they protect the area fairly well, and so they usually don't venture this far. But you can't count on nature. It's going to do what it's going to do. And unfortunately, what's happened with this duck since losing her friends, and I don't know if you know this very well if you've raised ducks, they're very social animals. They like to hang around in a group. They don't stray far from the group, and in this case she is lost without her friends. So she has glommed on to people. And so for the past couple of days since this happened, and we're gonna get her a new home very shortly here, but she has just been at the heel of me or my wife or my kids as they come outside. She can't stand to be away from you, and I'll show you some cute footage of her just walking around behind Lisa. When we go into the house, she waits at the door. She is lost without friends. Yesterday, I was lawn mowing around the yard, and she was waddling along behind the lawnmower trying to keep up, and if I got too far ahead she would fly the distance to out in front of me. So clearly we don't want to leave her in this anxious state for any length of time, and we have a vacation upcoming, so we're not going to be able to get any new ducks anytime soon. And even if we did, we want to make sure that the coyote situation locally is a little safer before we reintroduce ducks to the area here. Yesterday it got so out of hand with the duck needing company that I don't know if you can see it over my left shoulder here, but there's a house in the distance that the duck actually waddled over to that house to find other humans to follow after I went in from lawn mowing. It was so the neighbor actually had to walk her back to our property. We got a knock on the door, and there was the duck and there was the neighbor, and the duck had just followed her back to our house. So we don't want to leave it in this situation. Now happily we have a good foster family lined up for this. Lisa's niece has her own YouTube channel. It's called Lovin' Off the Land, and just by fluke and stance, it turns out they are raising ducks and chickens and all sorts of, they're very experienced caretakers of birds and animals. So I couldn't think of a better home to put this duck into, and she's a sweet little duck, than Pender Island with Chris and Steph. And so that's what we're going to do now. Is Lisa's going to package the duck up and send her off, actually strangely enough, to live on another YouTube channel, and that's what you're going to see next here.
Okay, at the ferry terminal with our little duck in tow, and we are headed back to Pender Island. Super hot day out, so I brought him out into the shade while we wait for the ferry to come in, but we will see you at the next leg of our journey when we get over to Pender Island.
And passengers, please return to your vehicles. The crew is ready to welcome you on board for your trip to Nanaimo. Parking within 24 inches.
Okay, so this isn't going to be the best footage because it's like 10 o'clock at night. But we put our new little ducky in to the coop. Okay, so I'm filming on my phone. I have to make it quick because I don't have much storage, but I let our ducks out this morning. They were getting along, and then I went back to make breakfast and it was gone. Now my neighbor just texted me and it's by the mailbox, so I'm headed over there to hopefully rescue it in my pajamas. Got her back safe and sound. We're headed home. So we've had this little duck for about 2 weeks, and he's getting really used to being here, spending most of his days in the pond and making friends. But he's still so sweet and so shy, and we really love having her or him around.
Well, it's been over a week now since we transferred the duck over to Pender Island, and we've gotten lots of feedback from Chris and Steph, and she's doing great. So I'm quite happy to hear it. I may even have some pictures to share. Apparently she gets along really, really well with all the other birds, which is fantastic, but still has a special penchant for following the humans around, which actually I think is kind of cute. She got off the property once to go visit a neighbor there too, so apparently she's up to her old antics just fine, but it sounds like she's having a really good time over there. Very happy, very well taken care of. So I just wanted to give you the update that this story at least has a happy ending, and thanks for watching.